How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode today of our Celta Vigo career mode. And I've got to be honest, this month upcoming that we have is going to be so tough. So we're going to start today's episode off with a game against Real Sociedad at home. And then I'll probably sim the games against Alaves. We then move into April and take a look at this. We first have Valencia, followed up with Real Madrid away, followed up by Sevilla, followed up by Manchester United, and then I suppose Girona and Leganes should be victories. But then we have Man United again, so yeah, a really tough April, I'd say, coming up. And if we get out of it by winning pretty much all of those games, I'll be pretty happy. I'm expecting we're going to be losing a few of those, but we'll see how it's going to play out. I don't know if we'll get on to the Manchester United games today, or if we'll have to wait for the next episode for them. But I have already changed my side, and I am already ready to go into game number 1 of this one against Real Sociedad. And as you can see right there with the tables, we have a 4-point gap over Real Madrid, and with a game to come against them, it means that we have to pretty much try and win all the games leading up to it in case we lose it against them. You know, we don't want to have a situation where they're a point behind us when we have to play them. So we want to make sure that we are still, you know, at least 4 points ahead. That way, if we do, you know, lose to them away from home at Santiago Bernabeu or whatever, it's not the end of the world because we'll still be top of the table. It'll just mean that that gap has been closed. So first game of today's episode is going to be Real Sociedad. That's the team we've got. Pion Sisto has scored 21 league goals this season. It's the most out of any player in the division, and he's the only player at the moment to have reached the 20 mark. And he's hit that in 25 games, or 26 games. So, sensational goal-to-game ratio for Pion. I'm hoping he continue it today. Rashford starts alongside him up front, and we have dropped Andrea Belotti to the bench for Kieran. And I think the only change made was Cyprian coming out and Pereira coming in that midfield as well. So, let's see what happens in game. Alright, so game is underway, of course. We don't play that many home games when we're in this series, because when we get further on, we normally sim them. Of course, you are more likely to win the home games, hence why you would sim them. But I'm feeling confident about the opening game of today's episode. Pereira, there's already a run being made down the left by Sessegnon. Can he find him? It's whipped back across, and Sisto was there. The ball from Pereira wasn't exactly as I'd hoped, because it actually... Oh, that's so bad. That was supposed to just go to Fekir on the short. It actually sent Sessegnon way too wide. And then I had to compensate for it. Rashford steals it back. Marcus Rashford! Oh, for goodness sake. Finish that, Marcus. And our first bit of defending that we've had to do, we've been able to actually do it. Here is Fekir to Sisto. Sisto inside towards Marcus Rashford. These two need to use their pace to advantage. But look at this. Look how many players Sociedad have got back behind the ball. Sessegnon. Rashford, is he offside? Hands go up. Crossed in. Back post. It's come to Golovin. Brings it down. Plays it across. Pion Sisto! Celta 1, Sociedad 0. Very nicely worked indeed. And Pion hits his 22nd of the season. The question mark remains. Is it offside though? Because there was an appeal by a Sociedad player which made me think it actually was offside. But apparently not. You can see him there with his hand up. But he actually didn't give it the referee. Golovin brings it down. Just about keeps it in play. And there is Pion Sisto to smash it into the bottom corner. And we do take the lead here. Maybe that'll bring Sociedad out a little bit, because they've spent most of this half pressed in their own half. Still Nabil Fekir. I was looking towards Sessegnon, but the defender did very well indeed to be able to stop me. Good turn from Golovin though. Gets him past his man. Looks towards the middle of the box. Rashford brings it down. Shoot. You saw the power bar go up. Why? Why did he not shoot? Sessegnon will get the throw in right on the stroke of half-time. Pereira inside to Fekir. Fekir now towards Rashford. Rashford to Sisto. Brilliant play. Sisto! 2-0 Celta. And that should be the game, set and match. It's been a good first half here. We've dominated the play. Pion Sisto's on fire. It's 23 goals now for him in the season. I don't think there's going to be a better success story this season from us. And honestly, if we, get to 30 goals with Pion Sisto and we don't win the league, that would be unbelievable. Through the legs of the defender, that one. Really could do nothing about it. We take a 2-goal lead. Short towards Fekir. He does well enough to turn his man in towards the box. Nabil Fekir and still got it. Nobody's closing him down. And Nabil Fekir is going to make it 3. Sociedad just didn't close him down. I don't know what to say about that, because defensively, they have been shocking. I mean, this is a joke. Like, look, yeah, it's too easy for Fekir there, but look at this. He's trying to pick a pass, thinking, where am I going to go? And then nobody closed him down because they're all too busy cutting off the passing lines, that in the end, it's too easy for Fekir to just run through and put it into the bottom corner. Honestly, man, that is ridiculous. Oh, lovely football for us to be able to get out here as Vas will lay it towards Sessegnon. Not a lot of space for him, though, so has to go back inside towards Fekir. Who turns now into Golovin. Golovin on the foot. Gets it through towards Alba Ruiz. 95 finishing. What? How do you miss that with 95 finishing? I don't know. But it should have been Celta 4, Sociedad 0. Maybe it's the lack of first team or really game time that Alba Ruiz has had. And that's why he missed it. Because otherwise, I don't actually have an explanation as to how that didn't go in with that 95 finishing. Too easy for Ryan Sessegnon to cut that one out. Poor pass in the end. Oh, but then he makes his poor pass as well. Poor passes all across the board. Manolas up for this header. Does win it. And we'll play it to Golovin. Inside is Vas. Vas now towards Ruiz. Ruiz towards Sisto. Sisto looking to step inside. And Pion's done it. Pion Sisto's in for the hat-trick. What a save by Rulli. It was a poor finish, in all honesty. And I've got to say that. But that is still a very, very good save from Rulli. I maybe should have gone with the driven shot there. Svikia's going to come forward again. Try and cut it on the left with the crossing back stick. Vas looking to attack it. Cleared away. We will get it back though. Golovin now in towards Fekir again. This time it's going to be left-footed actually still. Vas. Oh, no. No. That was a poor touch. But I can't believe Pion Sisto hasn't got his hat-trick. What a save. And now it's time to start throwing men forward from Sociedad as they're looking to do that. We haven't been able to clear the ball as of yet. It's still going to come and they're still going to get a chance here, I think. And they're going to score. Why can't we keep a clean sheet ever? And watch this tackle, by the way, from Hugo Mayo, because I don't know how this one actually ended up coming back to Sociedad. Look how many players is in and around the box there, and we still didn't do it. But I want to show you this tackle. This one that led up to the build-up to the actual goal itself. Like, watch. Mayo decides, hey, listen, I'm going to win this ball back, right? Gets a good foot on the ball, kicks it against the defender. Look how many times it ricochets off him. And then the ball bounces off him and goes completely free for Sociedad to pick it up. I don't know sometimes what this game is about. But anyways, we're still going to win the game. But no clean sheet yet again for us. Really dominated the play there. Probably shouldn't have conceded that late goal, but that's the way it goes, unfortunately, sometimes. Pereira actually picked up man of the match with a 9.4 match rating. Madrid winning against Barca as well in that El Clasico. So, the gap remains 4 points. I was hoping Barcelona was going to do us a solid there and potentially pick up a draw. Because even a win for Barca would have moved them closer. The draw would have been a good result for for both. But, unfortunately, that's not the case here. And Real Madrid have won. So they remain 4 points behind. Barcelona, of course, are behind them. 6 points behind and 10 points behind us. So far, we've had a second place finish and a first place finish in this series. So, in terms of that, we're doing okay at the moment. Of course, still waiting for Regis Crespi to grow and grow and grow. Still 77. But in terms of the way we're playing at the moment, we're good going forward because I'm pretty sure we've scored the most goals out of any team. Yep, 74 goals scored in 27 games. The next highest is Barcelona on 50. We have 24 more goals than Barcelona do. Here we go then. Of course, it's a strong team from us. They're actually on the back of a 3-game winning spree, Alaves. They beat Real Madrid in one of their games as well. So they definitely have got the capability to, kind of cause us problems. Whether or not they're going to actually be able to score is a different matter entirely. Sisto did give us a lead inside 2 minutes, which is good. We are approaching the half-time. With Madrid are losing to Levante by a goal to nil. Check out that bottom right of your screen. As Sisto puts us 2-0 in front, Real Madrid are losing by a goal to nil. Sisto's got a hat-trick here. Real Madrid have equalised, so it's 1-1 over there. But it's ended 1-1. Real Madrid have dropped points at home against Levante, and we've beaten Alaves here. Scenes. So what has that done? Well, we now sit 6 points ahead of Real Madrid in first place. That draw that they got, I never expected that. Sisto scored a hat-trick, by the way, so now he's on 26 for the season. I'm pretty sure he just picked up another player of the month as well. This guy is unreal. Honestly, I've got no idea. I'm actually curious. I wonder what his value is now the way he's playing. Another player of the month for Sisto, though. And unlike the other guys in the team that I've let go in the past, I don't think we'll be selling Pion Sisto. Let me check, though. How much is he worth now that he's having this crazy... Only 30 million? What? I'm sorry, but that's a little bit ridiculous by all accounts. He's hit 26 league goals in 28 games in La Liga. With 7 assists as well. 33 goal contributions in 28 games. Madness! I've just had to promote a young player because he was looking at cancelling his contract unless we gave him a contract. And as you can see, he's called Jin Tik Shen, or Shin. he's actually got a potential of 92 to 94 with a 3-star weak foot and 4-star skill move. So if his potential's anything to go by, that kid's going to be a bit special. I don't know if you saw that as well. Training injury. Brilliant. Hugo Mayo has picked up a 3-week injury, which isn't great because within the next 3 weeks, we do have to play Real Madrid and Manchester United. So chances are we're going to be without club captain Hugo Mayo for those games, which could be pretty big. And that's not what you want to be, looking at when you're going into these sorts of games. But nevertheless, we'll have to focus on it, and Bayo will have to play, and he will have to play well to really step in the shoes of Hugo Mayo. For this game, though, we do take on Valencia. But I'm thinking, because we've got home games against Valencia and Sevilla, and then a game against Real Madrid away, maybe I should sim one of the two against Sevilla and Valencia. So Sevilla are 5th, Valencia are 11th. I think if we sim the one against Valencia, we probably have a better chance of winning than the one against Sevilla. So that might be what I decide to do. Alright, yeah, I'm going to sim this one against Valencia, and we'll play the one against Sevilla after we face Real Madrid. So this one's going to be quite tough. Obviously, they are 11th place, and they have got a team that will be decent. Golovin has picked up a yellow card nice and early on. Fantastic. He's actually gone up to 85 rated as well as Golovin, so he's growing very nicely. I've got to say that since he's joined us. But after the first half, Marcus Rashford puts it in front. I was going to say, no goals in the first half after we've scored that many in the league. No way. Well, with 20 minutes to go, it remains a 0-0. Have they got... Oh, Parejo's missed a penalty. And we've held on to a 1-0 win. There's no goal for Pion Sisto today. So, unfortunately, he hasn't got another one. But Rashford's strike is the only one of the game. And Danny Parejo missed a penalty for Valencia, which could have given them a draw there. Real Madrid are still to play their game as well. Who are they facing? Let me take a look. Real Madrid play Bilbao today. So, Bilbao, mate, if you could beat Real Madrid, I'd be very, very happy with that one. Especially that we're going to be taking them on in a moment's time. Get them their confidence low. Obviously, we want ours flowing. And if they are losing games left, right and centre, they're dropping points as well. I think we might be in good standing for another La Liga trophy. But as you know, our focus also has to be on the Champions League. And with Manchester United, our opponents, the team that knocked us out last season, you never know which way it's going to go. It looks like Real Madrid did, in fact, beat Bilbao. Where is the result? Yeah, they did. They beat them by 1-0. So they were able to win that game. So they at least do come into this one having won their last one. Yeah, so for Real Madrid. So this one might be a bit of a tough game here on our hands. I'm going to start Marcus Rashford up front. I'm going to bring off Belotti. Fakir's going to start at cam. Daniel Vass can actually... In fact, no. Let's start Belotti alongside Sisto and bring off Marcus Rashford and then bring him on. Use his pace later on in the game. That's my game plan, I think, today. Midfield, Vass and Golovin will hold it down. Alan playing CDM. We'll also bring on De Ligt here and bring off Ruben Diaz for the this captain. Who do I give the captaincy to? Daniel Vass. I was going to say. Yeah, let's give it to Vass. Huge game then. Santiago Bernabeu is the ground we're going to be playing at. And if Real Madrid lose this, they'll be 9 points behind us with only 10 or so games remaining. If they win it, the gap closes to 3. A draw will leave it as it is. So the worst case scenario, the worst result I'll accept here is that draw. A defeat I will not be happy with. It's going to be tough, as I mentioned, trying to keep them quiet. And this month of April has looked very tough indeed. But I think if we, play the way we have, we score the goals that we know we're capable of scoring, we attack like we know we can, then we should be in for a good game here. But it's always a tough game when you come to the Santiago Bernabeu. But it's coming up next for you all to enjoy. I'm hoping this is going to be a Celta Vigo win. See what I mean, guys? I'm struggling to find the passes at the moment. Nobody is open. Nobody's in open space. Real Madrid remaining very compact and tight, and they're defending as a unit very well. Vass looking up towards Andrea Belotti. Tries to just force the ball now because that is the real way forward for us. Alan, Golovin, back to Alan. This is what I mean. They're defending really well, Real Madrid, so far. Tight, compact. Sisto coming forward. We'll find Marcus Alonso, though. Belotti needs to get in the box. Alonso's delivery towards Belotti. He gets his head on it. But it is straight at Keylor Navas and too easy for the Real Madrid goalkeeper. I don't know what to say about this game so far. He went down in the box, did Belotti. Nothing given from the referee. I think that's the right decision because it wasn't like it was a foul by Mendy. But he needs to be careful in and around his penalty box. Alan, now Golovin towards Vass. Vass towards Sisto. Sisto towards Marcus Alonso. Alonso, the left foot strike comes in. And he scores the opening goal of this game. Keylor Navas beaten by a brilliant effort from Marcos Alonso on that left foot. We know how dangerous he can be on that left-hand side. It's brilliantly worked, and it's Pion Sisto here with a back heel towards him. And that is a great finish from Marcos Alonso. I think, actually, Keylor Navas touches this ball on the way through. Does he get a hand to this? He does get a fingertip to it, but it's not enough to keep the ball out. And frustratingly for Real Madrid, who up until this point have defended very well, they've remained tight and remained compact, and it's quite difficult to break them down. The deadlock has been broken, and now they have to come forward because this result is not good enough for them. If this stays as it is, we're 9 points clear at the top. They've put a lot of players to mark him as now they come forward with Marco Asensio, and Baye will pick that up. Poor from the end from the Spaniard. Of course, he's got bags of quality and will cause us problems, I'm sure. Sisto now trying to turn. This is what I mean. There's just no space for Pion to be able to exploit, as we will find Golovin. Coming forward is the Russian. Golovin, really good area, strikes it as well, and Navas has to push that one away. Long shots seem to be the way forward. We've had a lot of the ball in this first half, but only created 2 major opportunities. Short to Sisto. Delivery is poor from Pion. Not what you'd expect to say at this stage. Great win back from Marcos Alonso, though. And here is Nabil Fekir, looking for the cross towards the middle. It's whipped in with pace. Belotti! 2-0 Celta! I did not expect Andrea Belotti to win that header. For sure, I think it's Benjamin Mendy. Looked favourite throughout large parts of that cross being whipped in, but somehow the Italians got there, and it's 2-0 Celta. Great delivery from Fekir, but as I mentioned, it's actually, no, it's not Mendy, it's Sergio Ramos. I just saw Mendy nearby Belotti, and I thought maybe it was Mendy attacking it, but no, it is Belotti against Ramos. And unfortunately, for Real Madrid's sake, they're now 2-0 down. Inside 12 minutes, we've been able to strike twice, and we have found 2 very good chances, and they are the only real opportunities of this first half. Cyprian, Rashford, just about squeezes past his man. Marcus Rashford now with a shot. It's going to be 3-0 Celta. Poor goalkeeping again from Keylor Navas. And honestly, I've got to say this. We haven't put a foot wrong all day long. A little bit lucky there. The ball bounced back to Marcus Rashford. And he's just so quick that I actually couldn't get the ball and start running forward because his touches were just like mad. But the shot at the end of it was good enough. It beats Keylor Navas for the 3rd time. The goal's been coming in this second half. I've got to admit, Real Madrid have not been good enough here. And to say they're 2nd place, this has been a pretty poor performance from them by all accounts. Josua Kimmich now on the ball. Looking for a way forward, and Baye will head that away. Golovin doesn't win it, but Ramos will. We have 2 minutes remaining of normal time here. And as it stands, we are going 9 points clear at the top of the table. Alonso towards Pion Sisto, who's going to get a chance to run at Vertonghen. The touch actually led him down, but he wins it back. Pion and finds Fekir. Fekir for 4. It's 4-0 Celta. I don't know what's happening today, and I don't even really want to even question it because it's been good enough here. And with that, I'm going to actually make a change, even though we are into the last minute of play. Waste a bit of time and such. But I've got to admit, right, I want to show you the goalkeeper settings, right? With it at 75, sometimes they're really good, or other times they just have a shocker. I don't know, like, what happens. Like, sometimes I'll meet a goalkeeper on 75 where I just can't score. He's making save after save after save after save. But then you go into a game and it's like you play against the keeper and they make 1 quality save, but after that they just crumble. He's been beaten 4 times here, Keylor Navas, and that just is not good enough. If you're challenging for a title, you need your goalkeepers to make saves in this situation. I mean, he can't be blamed for the 4 goals because at the end of the day, Real Madrid haven't helped him. These outfield players haven't helped him, and, you know, it's difficult to say. But what a performance from Celta Vigo. We did everything right there. We can't really say we put a foot wrong. And Zidane's men are going to have to realise how bad that performance was and try their hardest to bounce back against it. But they're going to need another team in the league to do them a solid. Look at those match facts. Really, really bad performance today from Real Madrid. Alright, so I'm keeping one eye on that game against Manchester United, which is in a few days. But we do take on Sevilla here. And I've had to name a weaker team. Sevilla at the moment in 6th place. First season we played this series, you remember, they beat us twice in that season. But then since then, we beat them, I pretty much think, every single time we faced them. I could be wrong there, but still. As you can see, Xavier's come in, Regis Crespi's come in, Sergi Gomez has come in, De Ligt has come in, Sessegnon's come in, Cyprian's back in. Like, I've had to, yeah, pretty much change around everybody in the team. We have the game against Man United 4 days after this game here, and so I don't want to, like, play my strongest 11 and risk injury or whatever. So there's no start for Pion Sisto, who is the league's top scorer. And he will be facing Manchester United, of course, in the next game. But this team is still good enough, and it still certainly can get the victory here today, especially at home, the home advantage. Let's see it carry us through. I'm not sure what Sevilla's team looks like. We'll again see it pop up. But this will be the final game of today's episode, and let's end it off with a victory. Xavier towards Belotti, chance to turn. You can't give Belotti that much time. Sergio Rico has had to bail out Sevilla there because that is appalling defending. Too much time for Andrea Belotti. Xavier on the ball again. Now looking for the cross. Whipped in towards Cyprian, who brings it down pretty well, actually. Cyprian back across. The ball was actually there. And I tell you what, whoever it was who made that block stopped a goal there, because I think the man at the back post would have tapped that in. Luis Muriel. Pace galore up front for them today by the looks of things. Zivkovic and Muriel both playing in a more advanced role for Sevilla as they get the ball forward. Pereira does just enough to put him off, and that should run out for a Celta Vigo ball. It's actually a throw-in. Sessegnon. Now Pereira towards Xavier, in towards Regis Crespi. Crespi with a rare start today. Belotti looks towards him. 1-2, but that was a horrendous 1-2 from Andrea Belotti. What sort of ball back was that? Don't really know what he was intending to do, but we win back the header. Xavier again comes forward. Now Belotti again. Sees the run again of Regis Crespi. He's in again. Regis Crespi for one, and Rico's there with another brilliant stop. I don't know how we haven't taken the lead. Belotti's had a chance. Rico saved it. Then we have Regis Crespi in one-on-one. He saves that. And this is what I was talking about when I said about the goalkeeper on the 75. Sometimes they're great, and other times they're just a bit meh. And is that Gomez down with an injury in the box? Won't be a good start to this game if we have to sub him off, because I wanted to play, you know, our two centre-backs for the game against Man United, which I think Ruben Diaz started, not De Ligt here. Both teams still searching for this opening goal. We have had the more likely chances. Muriel there somehow keeps that ball. Sessegnon. I mean, that is horrendous defending. At least make the block. Muriel, and they're in, and it's 1-0 Sevilla. Why can't we defend? It starts with Ryan Sessegnon, a joke of a tackle. Then we miss another one, and Zivkovic just goes in and says, I'm free completely in the middle. Let me tap it home. That's their first chance as well. This is what I'm talking about, man. Look at this, right? How many missed tackles in a row? Why is Paul Lopez off his line? What's he doing? Oh, this game at times. My keepers are a joke. I wish Ryan Sessegnon would actually win the ball back when he makes a tackle. He's won about 3 tackles so far today, and all of them have gone back to a Sevilla player after he's won the ball. I don't know what on earth he's doing. But with the game in ruins, I'm going to have to think about a change, and that change is going to be Rashford on, and we're going to have to try and make something happen up front, because at this point, with the way it's going, as I mentioned, Sevilla's had 1 chance. They scored theirs. We've had 2 shots, and the keeper saved both of ours. It's like we just may as well not have a goalkeeper. The amount of times I've said that in this series, yeah, it's getting pretty silly. But even with that, you know, we need to find something, because if we lose this here and Real Madrid win their game, as I mentioned, all that hard work that we put in at the Santiago Bernabeu is going to be undone simply because of the fact that we had a poor performance here. And I don't want to lose to Sevilla again, because they're becoming a kryptonite team for me. Pereira. Now Belotti. Come on, make that run. Quicker, Rashford. Quicker, Rashford. Look at this. Look at how long I had to wait to play that ball. Marcus Rashford better score. Thank you very much. Did you guys see how long I had to wait to play that ball because Marcus Rashford wouldn't commit to the run? My goodness me. Celta 1, Sevilla 1. It's been such a frustrating game here. My salt's starting to come out again in abundance, but at least we're back on level terms. You know, given the circumstances, a draw is better than the defeat, and I'd take it. Before kickoff, I wouldn't have taken this draw, but the way we're playing, you know, there's every chance that we're probably going to mess up again here and maybe give them another opportunity. So please, Paul Lopez, if they do get one, actually make a save, yeah? Someone needs to drop in his position, which Alan seems to have done. But now Nolito towards Zivkovic. Zivkovic through offside. Thank you. I was going to say, the fact he still finished that as well, what is Paul Lopez doing? Why can't he make a save, ever? That's a poor pass. Of course, no free kick from the referee. This ref. Atrocious. A joke. With that, that's a 1-1 draw, and we've ended off the episode with a single point. Yeah, I just can't even begin to tell you how frustrating it is having a goalkeeper that doesn't make it. No, he didn't even make one save. He didn't make a save. You tell me where. I'm gonna have a look at this, and I bet you it's not even in there. Match highlights. Where's this? Wait, Paul Lopez saved 26 minutes in. What? This doesn't count as a save. What? They've given that to Paul Lopez. He's useless. He's useless. Every goalkeeper I have, useless. All right, so then, ladies and gentlemen, that is where we will end today's episode off. Don't be, oh, it's Sergio Gomez. Forget about it. 5 days, don't care. All right, so yeah, that's where we're ending the episode off today, guys. If you did enjoy it, a like would be greatly appreciated. As always, thank you so much for all of your support on the channel. I really appreciate it. Oh, man. So, the tables as it is. Next episode, we'll start off with the game against Manchester United in the Champions League. And hopefully not get knocked out again. But, I don't know. The way it is, the way I'm playing, we're good going forward. We just can't defend, and that's always been the case. So, after 31 league games have been played, Real Madrid do have a game in hand. They have the opportunity to move that back down to, what is that, 7 points now? So, yeah, our hard work that we did at the Santiago Bernabeu has been undone by us dropping points against Sevilla, who seem to be my bogey team alongside Manchester United. But still, we'll go ahead again next game. 83 goals scored so far. It's mind-blowing. And hopefully we won't see ourselves lose to Manchester United in the next one. But that's it from me for now, guys. I'll see you all again very shortly with another video. If you are new around here and like what you see, the subscribe button is down below. And if you want to follow me on any of my social links, they are in the description below as well. I'll see you all again very, very soon. Adios.